Hello and thank you for watching this video. My name is Kacper.Kurowski. I'm technical sales in IBM Poland, responsible for observability solution. Today I would like to demonstrate you Instana awesome capability of monitoring transactions from distributed environment to mainframe, which is IBM Z platform. For this purpose, together with my colleague Maciej, who is technical sales for ZOS environments, we created a special demo environment with Kix Catalog Manager application. Let's begin by showing the architecture of our solution. We started by getting ZOS environment from IBM Cloud. Maciej installed their all required components starting from Kix Catalog Manager application. This application is running on Kix Transaction Server, which is basically the application server in IBM Z environment. The application is written in COBOL language and is simple sales catalog. Users can list items in a catalog or price an order for selected item. This application is storing its data in vSum files. To allow users from outside of the mainframe to access the application using REST API, Maciej set up ZOS Connect component. Maciej also installed all Instana components required on ZOS site, such as zAPM Interceptor, Kix Data Producer, and zAPM Collector. Those components are required for tracking of the transactions. On distributed side, I've installed so-called zAPM Distributed Gateway as a set of containers running on Docker on Linux. I've created a Python application that will be calling Kix Catalog Manager from other Linux box. On the server with Python application, I've set up Instana agent that will be instrumenting the Python application and reporting data to Instana backend. Agent will be putting transaction tracing headers into the application traffic going towards the mainframe, and those headers will be later detected by zAPM Interceptor on IBM Z side. This allows transaction data to come back to Instana central server. So let's see how it works. As I mentioned, I have written a simple Python program that is calling Kix Catalog Manager. To that program, I have added Instana module to allow instrumentation by Instana agent. I have also added open tracing module so that I was able to control some details of the span and includes some additional tags. In addition, I have set Instana service name variable to have an influence on the name of the service automatically created by the Instana. Before the recording, I have already started the application. We can see if it's running by using the ps command. As you see, it's up and running, and thanks to the for loop, it's squaring different items in the sales catalog. In the Instana UI, I have already defined the application perspective for Kix Catalog Manager application. I use the name of the service of my Python application to define it. On the application dashboard, we can see the set of golden signals such as a call rate, error rate, and mean latency. In addition to measuring key KPIs of our application, Instana is also automatically detecting its topology based on real transactions. We can see this topology by clicking on the Dependencies tab of our dashboards. We can see that here our call started with the Python application, went to the ZOS Connect, Kix, and ended in the vSum. Also, by hovering on this entity, as you see, there are key KPIs, and also we can go to the dashboard of selected component. As you probably noticed, this dashboard is very similar to the main application dashboard, as the KPIs for the service are very similar to those of the application. There is also a possibility to see the flow map. This is the place where you can see which components are calling each other. Also, we can see the mapping to the infrastructure, but unfortunately in our demo setup, we are lacking the OmegaMon component, which provides this mapping to the infrastructure for IBM Z environments. But for the production deployments, I would highly recommend you to deploy this OmegaMon environment to see this mapping. Coming back to the dashboard of our Kix service, we can easily return to the main dashboard of our application. There are very useful buttons such as Analyze Calls, which is allowing us to see all the calls related to our application. By clicking on it, we are directed to the Unbounded Analytics module, where we can see that the filtering and grouping is already set for us. The calls are grouped by the name of the service, and let's see the details, for example, of the calls related to the Kix transaction server. As we open the trace, first we see some high-level overview of it, number of subcalls, number of erroneous calls, and the latency. We can see that the call started internally within our Python application. On the right side, we see the tags that were set inside the Python code. Further, we see the name of the endpoint that was called from IBM Z side and the fact that it ended with the internal server error 500. This was due to the fact that inside the Python code, I was querying also non-existent items such as item number 2. Going further, we see the CSMI, which is the name of Kix transaction for handling ZOS connect requests. Some important attributes are also there on the right side. Finally, our transaction access vSym files, which is where the data is stored. And again, on the right side, there are some additional data such as tags and correlation to the infrastructure if present. Moreover, on the left side of the screen, we see total number of calls matching our filtering criteria and the time frame. Let's click on the different one to see its details. The trace is not having any erroneous calls this time. You can see that this time it ended with status code 200, which is okay, and it means that item 40, which is present in the address field above, was found in the Catalog Manager application. In addition to that, Instana is automatically getting stack trace of our calls, and we see that which line of code was responsible for particular call. This concludes my demo. I hope you enjoyed it and you like the capability of Instana of monitoring the transactions from distributed environments to IBM Z platform. If you happen to have any question on this topic or other topic related to Instana and Turbonomic solutions, please do not hesitate to contact me on LinkedIn or via email. And also, please wait for the future videos on observability topics that are coming on our channel. Thank you.